Hi,
Hi.
welcome to another episode of Smiling
Smiling
While
while
Struggling,
struggling. Woo.
episode 3. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about the trend bed rotting. And also, we're going to be talking about what I've seen before, and I'm sure you have, which is depression room.
hmm
That kind of concept. We're going to be discussing those two things in this episode. So,
Yeah, stay with us. But before we go into it, I just want to ask, how are you feeling on a deeper level though? Like, how is our depression doing?
new day, new me. Um, I'm doing pretty good, honestly. I'm having fun doing this, and I'm excited to discuss what we will be discussing today.
hmm
Um, yeah, honestly, pretty good for now.
I love that.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Are you not gonna ask me?
How are you?
Wow, my best friend doesn't love me, you guys. She doesn't care about me.
Just answer, girl. Come on, come on, rap.
um, I'm doing good, thank God. Slaying, serving looks, just alive.
Weird. I just want to say we look like we're attending a funeral. It looks very formal. It looks very, and I think it's good. It's on brand for what
hmm
we will be talking about, but I just want to get that out of the way. We look like we're like at the front of like a funeral home and we're like greeting you.
And for people who are just listening, we're both wearing black and we both have
Yes.
black hair, which is very on theme for this episode. But yeah, let's get into it. So, bed rotting, the term bed rotting, I've heard that so many times on TikTok. That's how I knew it was a thing I experienced. Have you ever experienced bed rotting? Putting you on the spot.
Yes, the bed rotting is something. I heard about it. I don't know. I think it was on YouTube was when I first heard
hmm
about the term and learned about it. And then I was like, yeah, same.
So, what is the term bed rotting for those who are not familiar? Bed rotting just means when you are in bed all day, not doing much activity out of your bed, you're just not productive. You're just kind of laying there, I don't know, maybe doom scrolling, doing something in your bed to avoid your tasks. It could be your chores, it could be whatever work you have to get done, avoiding people, could be either or. It is not, however, a medical term, so I just have to get it out there. But anyways, life is so hard, and that's why often people bed rot. You know, the hustle culture of like, I have to achieve this by this age, I have to be a millionaire, millionaire by 30, billionaire by 60. People just have really interesting goals that they set, which, it could be realistic for some, but we're not all on the same path of life. So that's something to also consider, but we're always beat up ourselves to be this person or to achieve these things that we need to, which is great to achieve great things and continue to be who we want to be. But with that being said, there is a balance between actually being successful in a healthy manner compared to being successful in an obsessive, unhealthy, toxic way. And so that's why a lot of people tend to bed rot. They could be depressed. And I've seen a lot of people comment under this YouTube video that I was watching to get more familiar with bed rotting. Because I only saw bed rotting on TikTok, and it was be like, bully me to clean my room. Bully me to get out of my bed rotting in the comments, please. So I would find it kind of odd that they want you to bully them into doing something, and they would show you their room, and I feel like it's a very vulnerable state to show your messy room, and it kind of reflects how you feel on the inside in some ways too. And so it was very interesting to see that, and I thought it was kind of like, why are you making this kind of goofy? Like, what is funny about this, Faith? What is funny about this?
Well, honestly, I saw it from a different kind of
Mm-hmm.
perspective. I think it's very cool that people are able to show
Mm-hmm.
that and not have any sort of, I don't know, like not feel
Judgment.
ashamed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's a good thing to talk about, like bed rotting, even though it isn't like a clinical term, it is something that is very real. Just staying in bed, kind of wasting away. That's something I've experienced. That's something I know
Same, yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
have other people like in my life. I know they have gone through it, and it's good in some ways to have it out on the internet because it's like we're bringing more awareness to it, not like something that I don't think should be done is like to normalize bed rotting and depression rooms because it's not normal. It's not healthy. It's just something that unfortunately people struggle with. And like it's okay if you are in a place like that, but we don't want to stay in that place. We don't want to stay in that kind of
Mm-hmm.
position where we're just in our bed all the time. Our rooms are messy and whatever it is. We want to try to get out of it. So we don't want to normalize it. We just want to like bring awareness. So I don't see it as like goofy. I think it takes a lot of courage to go online and show this vulnerable side of you and your safe place and just show that to other people. I do think it's a good thing, but we don't want to normalize it or kind of romanticize it in any way like, oh, I'm bed rotting today.
Come
So
with me on a day that I'm bread rotting. Like, I think it's great to bring awareness again, like you said, but sometimes the tone of like the videos just takes me off the wrong way of like this is glorifying it or this is glamorous and experience a bed rotting day with me. This is so much fun. I love bed rotting. People don't always choose to bed rot. That's what I feel is where it's kind of insensitive, where it's like this might be a choice for you for your little video, but this is not what people with clinical depression would love to hear.
yeah. And I think it's different for
Mm-hmm.
everyone. We also have to like distinguish. So when I was reading about bed rotting and the trend, um, some people were classifying it as like a self-care kind of
Oh,
behavior. Yeah, so the benefits of bed rotting. And I feel like there are benefits not to bed rotting, but to taking a day off, maybe staying in bed, being
mm-hmm.
comfy, watching a show you like, just relaxing, kind of trying to like enjoy yourself and take a break from daily, mundane, overwhelming things. But for me, bed rotting, like when I hear that term, it's not a self care thing. It's not like laying down in bed and enjoying yourself.
It's a depressing thing. Like it's a sad part of some people's realities.
Yeah. And for me personally, it's not a self care thing. It's not this fun, cute, like, oh, today's gonna be like fun. I'm gonna be in bed all day. I'm not gonna do anything. You kind of like, I feel badly about myself. I criticize myself. I'm like, I should be doing something or I shouldn't be doing this. I compare myself to other people and just look at like all the behaviors that make up bed rotting, and it's just something that I feel ashamed of, which it's not something to be ashamed of. It's not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel guilty. And so there's a difference, and I think it's important to note the difference between bed rotting and then just like having a self-care kind of like relaxation day.
Day. Yeah, you can word it differently and you can do different things because bed rotting is not really an enjoyable activity.
It doesn't
Like
sound it doesn't sound like a
pleasant.
self-care.
No.
No. And so I feel like we should differentiate between bed rotting and just like lounging and like staying in
Yeah.
and relaxing.
And ask yourself, why are you bed rotting? Is it that you're physically exhausted? Is it that you're mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted? What is the actual reason behind this? Because it's something that is pretty serious that you should consider like, how am I feeling? Do a self check in. If you can talk to someone who you trust, talk to them, explain to them how you feel. Maybe they can guide you, they can help you in a way, talk to a professional if you can, if it's accessible to you. But really asking yourself and researching and making sure that you're in the right place for you is really a form of self-care. It's really important to consider that. um Laying in bed, like she said, would only make your negative thoughts worse. Your brain is trying to keep you alive, not to keep you happy. Have you ever heard that?
No.
So I heard it somewhere that, your brain is trying to keep you alive, not trying to keep you happy. And that made a lot of sense for me because same thing with my body. When I put it into stress, it's trying to keep me survived. It's not trying to make me happy. I am the one who makes a decision if I can be happy in a way. Obviously, there's a lot of other things that contribute to my happiness, like mental health is a big thing. And for a lot of people, it's not as easy to be happy and it's not as easy to find fulfillment, but it is definitely a possible thing. So instead of bed rotting, what could we do? Do you have any ideas?
So it is something that is hard to get out of when you are in that place.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I I like to clean my room. Well, I mean, I don't like to, but it's it's something that kind of starts to get me out of that place because usually when I'm bed rotting, I'm not gonna lie, it's not pretty. There are dishes maybe in my bed, wrappers, food, garbage that I'm kind of just sleeping in. And it's a very negative space to be in. And that's when I'm like in my lowest times. That's like it reflects in my space. And it also connects into depression rooms where clothing on the floor, dishes, garbage, whatever it may be, things aren't in their place. And so for me, like I like to make a list of what I have to do in order to get
Smart.
my room looking how I want it to look. And it does take a lot. Sometimes it'll take me like it can take me days to clean my room.
And that's okay.
And that's just because it's so easy to get out of bed, start doing something, and then just fall right back into bed. Like it's hard getting out of bed, but it's so easy to just fall back in there and keep bed rotting. So listening to music, I like making like different lists or one big list, but I like making smaller ones for like, okay, what a list of things I have to do to get my bed clean, a list of things I have to do to get my floor clean, and then my desk clean.
Smart.
So it's like tackling little things. I think having a clean space motivates me to get up is like I don't want to be in this dirty kind of negative cluttered space. Like I want a fresh start. And so something that helps is getting some cleaning supplies and going and trying to clean. And it's okay if you don't do it all in one go. It's okay if it takes you a long time. It's okay if you don't have the motivation at the moment to get out of bed and clean because there are so many other things you can do. But for me personally, that's what works is like making lists and being like, okay, I'm going to tackle this today and then tomorrow that, and slowly working on getting my room into a more positive place.
100%. For me, I start with showering. That helps a lot. I just get out of bed when I can get out of bed and just like breathe, open my windows, shower so I feel clean. And then I just look around and I'm like, what do I need to do? And like you said, kind of think of like, what are the smaller tasks that I can get done and it could make a difference, but also is not overwhelming. Because if I have this long list, it's not gonna work because that's just gonna be so overwhelming. So I'd rather just start with small tasks and also taking care of yourself, like making sure you're fed, you're hydrated, and taking a little dance break. I think it makes me happy on the inside and the outside. I don't know how that makes sense, but you get what I mean. So, yeah.
Another thing is to actually get out of your room, which is it's much easier said than done. But for me, I know when my room would be like a complete mess, like the depression room, I wouldn't let myself leave my room. I'm like, I can't leave until this is clean because I would feel guilty. So I would kind of just be locked in my room because I'm not going to go out unless I clean my room because I feel guilty about like the state of my room. But then I don't want to get up and clean because I'm depressed because I haven't been out. I've kind of just been like existing in the mess. So physically getting out of my room, even
opening
like,
the windows too.
Yeah, like going in the backyard, something, getting out of that place that like physically negative place helps. And the main thing, of course, is to get yourself something to eat. Even if it isn't the healthiest thing, that's okay. You know, the main thing is to get something to eat because I know, like, for me, I struggle with eating, with like just, I'm usually just like in my bed, you know, not doing anything, either sleeping or watching something or just laying there. But getting something to eat, like Sandra said, staying hydrated, and do something you enjoy. You know, maybe you can do your nails, watch a movie you like, play an instrument, something you enjoy, something that, you know, something that makes you happy. And it's okay if it takes you time to get out of bed.
Of course.
Just as long as you're trying, because you will get out of bed. And it's just a matter of trying and not just looking at where you are and thinking that that's it, that's the end. Like, you're not going to be there in your bed forever. You will get up, you will accomplish what you want to. But we shouldn't normalize bed rotting. But like, we accept that it's a thing and it's possible to get out of it, and
absolutely
just working towards that.
And also, you know, the reason you're thinking to get out of there is also another form of self-love. You want to get out of there to feel better. You want to get out of there to improve yourself, you know, to just keep going. That's a form of self-love. You already love yourself enough to at least try to do that. And so don't underestimate that. Think of that as an accomplishment in itself. So think of that. You want to get help. That's one of your accomplishments, and it's a huge accomplishment. So think of that. Well, guys, thank you for listening once again. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're always there. We're always gonna be there. We always love you, and we're here for you, just like you're here for us. I'm sure you would be. Anyways, have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon. We love you so much. Thank you for listening once again. And it's been Sandra Mawat.
And Faith Spinella.
See you next time.